Apple TV Plus' hit legal drama Presumed Innocent has already been renewed for a second season, but this time it will cover a different case. Based on the eponymous novel by Scott Turow, the first season concerns prosecutor Rusty Sabick, Jake Gyllenhaal, who finds himself the prime suspect in the murder of a co-worker who he also happened to be having an affair with. Steeped in author Scott Turow's intimate knowledge of the legal system from his years as a lawyer, Presumed Innocent exceeds most legal thrillers by blending realism with sensational twists and turns. Apple TV Plus' series was not the first stab at the popular legal thriller, and Presumed Innocent was previously adapted into a feature film starring Harrison Ford in 1990. However, the series is hardly a simple word-for-word remake, and concerted efforts were made to modernize Turow's novel both in style and in its approach to sensitive cultural issues. Apple's new approach to the classic story has proven to be a big hit for the streaming platform, and the future of Presumed Innocent was set in stone in July 2024 when the series was greenlit for a sophomore season. Presumed Innocent Season 2 latest news. Jake Gyllenhaal is out and a new book is being adapted. Rusty, Jake Gyllenhaal, in courtroom in his murder trial in Presumed Innocent Season 1 Episode 6 image via Apple TV+. Months after the show scored a Season 2 renewal, the latest news confirms some big changes for the second season of Presumed Innocent. Though nothing was confirmed regarding Season 2's plot or characters when it was first revealed, it has now been announced that Jake Gyllenhaal will not be returning as Rusty Sabick in the sophomore outing. On top of that, Presumed Innocent is moving away from author Scott Turow, and will instead be adapting the forthcoming book, Dissection of a Murder by Joe Murray. The book, which is set to publish in spring 2026, follows defense attorney Layla Reynolds as she attempts to try her very first murder case after the client asked to retain her services specifically. Things are further complicated when it is revealed that the prosecutor is her very own husband, and many of her own dark personal secrets are at risk of being exposed. At this juncture, it's unclear if earlier plans to carry over characters from Season 1 will be maintained. Presumed Innocent Season 2 is confirmed. Another case is about to be opened. Rusty, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Barbara, Ruth Negga, surrounded by the press upon their arrival at the courthouse in Presumed Innocent Season 1 Episode 6 image via Apple TV+. In an age of limited series, it's never quite clear which shows are meant to stand alone and which ones can be broadened into an ongoing narrative. Apple TV Plus found immediate success with Presumed Innocent when it premiered in June 2024, and it took only a month or so for the streamer to announce plans for a sophomore season. This quick announcement suggests that Apple always had plans for a continuation, but many details about the follow-up are being kept under wraps at this juncture. Since the confirmation of Season 2, it has been confirmed that the season will adapt Joe Murray's forthcoming book, Dissection of a Murder. This offers some telling clues about when Season 2 could potentially arrive, since Murray's book isn't set to be published until spring 2026. Because it's highly unlikely that the show will premiere first, and potentially spoil the book, it likely means that Presumed Innocent Season 2 will be a long wait. Presumed Innocent Season 2 cast details. Will any original stars return? Though Presumed Innocent Season 2 has earned a renewal, Apple has been tight-lipped about the cast of the upcoming season. With the premiere season having all the trappings of a one-off story, it's unclear exactly which characters could return. It was assumed that star Jake Gyllenhaal would return as Rusty Sabick, but it has now been confirmed that Season 2 will leave Gyllenhaal's lawyer character behind. Furthermore, Tommy Molto actor Peter Sarsgaard has confirmed he won't return, with some story details revealed. It is now known that the show will follow a new lawyer, Layla Reynolds, who is trying her first murder case. Layla's life is complicated by the fact that the prosecutor on the case is her husband, and her personal secrets become fair game in court. The role of Reynolds hasn't been cast yet, and it will presumably be the leading role. At this stage, it's uncertain if existing characters from Presumed Innocent will be added to the story for continuity. Presumed Innocent Season 2 story details. A brand new case for Season 2. Barbara, Ruth Negga, in court during the murder trial against Rusty in Presumed Innocent Season 1 Episode 6 image via Apple TV+. Even though Presumed Innocent made changes to the novel, it's clear from Apple's update for Season 2 that the murder of Carolyn Polymus was wrapped up before the end of the debut season. The streamer promised a new case for the sophomore outing, and it was assumed that Turow's follow-up novel, Innocent, would serve as inspiration. However, Apple has instead opted to go in an entirely new direction by picking a different legal thriller author entirely. Season 2 of Presumed Innocent will adapt Joe Murray's forthcoming novel, Dissection of a Murder, which will arrive in spring 2026. The book follows lawyer Layla Reynolds, who is tasked with trying her first murder case after a client mysteriously asked for her services specifically. To make matters worse, Reynolds' own husband is the prosecutor, and her personal life becomes fair game in the courtroom. It's unclear how Presumed Innocent Season 2 will adapt the book, and since the novel hasn't even debuted, it's even difficult to speculate beyond the basic plot synopsis.